Hello, I'm Benjamin Santi, and this video is part of an assignment submission for CSE 341 Web Services. Um, in this video is a part 1 for Contact API, and following instructions. This video is to demonstrate that our API endpoints work. We run our code locally and also run it with the link from the publishing site we used, which is render. And also we prove that all sensitive information is in a safe place and also not pushed to GitHub. And last, the architecture used for this API is the MVC. So I'm going to open my server.js, and then at the top we have the .env. We are requiring the .env and a database connection as well, and then the routes. And each of these have their own folder. The DB has a connect.js folder, and in our route folder also we have a contact route.js, and we also have a folder which is the controller to handle the logic when a user hits maybe an endpoint to, let's say, get a contact or get all the contacts. The logic is being handled in the controller. So I'm going to open each of the folders, and so we can see the logic in it. So first is the controller logic. Here we have the get contact and the get contact by ID. The first one is getting this first one is what we use to get all the contacts, and then the second one is what we are using to get a contact by ID. And also in our DB folder we have a file connect.js, and this is the logic we are using to connect to our MongoDB URI. And in here, you can see we are getting the link from our .env, since instruction says that all sensitive information should be stored in this .env file. Sorry, so we'll be getting the link from that place. And then we also have the routes folder which has the contacts route in it. So in our route folder we have the get slash, um, which this endpoint is where you get all the contact, and we have the one with the ID which gets by contact, which get the contact by the ID. And you can see from the ending here, this is coming from the controller, and this is also coming from the controller, and all of these files are all being imported and being used here. So I'll go in to my terminal and then run this locally. And then as it's running, I'll open my Postman. So this is me running it locally. Okay, so I think yes. Okay, so all the when we try to get all the contacts, the endpoint works. So let me copy one of these IDs so we can try it out. Which is Benjamin Asante, and we get the single contact as well. So now Locally it's working. Locally it's working. Locally it's working. So now we would have to go and test for um, go and test with using the render link. I already have the render link here, so I'll just yeah, okay, let me reopen it. Okay, so this is the render link. I'm going to copy it first, and then okay. So it took a very long time though, but I still worked. But since this place is a very small place, I'm going to do it in the web browser, which I've already tried here. And so you can see. So this is when we hit the contacts route. This is what we get, and then when you want to get a single contact, it also works. So basically, all the routes work, and we've been able to demonstrate all this requirement or show all this has been working. So thanks.